Hi guys, this is Play It Again. I am Ginger.
She is indeed, and I am Mike.
And you will occasionally hear Laverne in the back because he's decided to stand just on the other side of this wall and do his cock-a-doodle-doos for...
What a bastard.
See? There he is right there. Laverne will not be silenced.
No.
Okay, so anyway.
Gazendo.
Yes, our good buddy Gazendo.
Reminded us of the existence of Sofia Isella.
Oh my god. I'm so glad that he did because we really enjoyed the last one. I want to be your mother. I am your mother.
I honestly don't remember
Something
at all.
about being a mother, but I remember how good it sounded. It's actually on my Spotify playlist. I do love it so much, and I'd completely forgotten because we've been overwhelmed with new song choices. So I was really glad for the reminder.
Oh, you know what's good? Everybody supports women. At least that's what Gazendo told us to hunt for.
I can't lie. All right. When I saw the song title, I was like, oh no. Please don't let it be a feminist diatribe. So I'm really hoping it's not one of those because I have some very strong feelings about that. I'm like an anti-feminist.
I like that about you.
Don't get me wrong. I believe, okay, I'm the kind of gal that fixes my own car and believes and works my own tools, and I'm very hyper independent, right? So it's not that I don't necessarily appreciate the things that come along with having freedom as a woman, but the feminist movement has really gone a little astray.
You're an equality feminist, not a men are scum and treat me like a princess feminist.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like I am
whatever
not a
waves
man hater.
those are.
and somewhere along the line we changed from we'd like equality to let's hate all men, and I was never down with that at all. I actually really like men.
Let us hope that Sophia
Sometimes
is
a little too much.
It gets me what I need.
He means bread baked in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Is Miley gonna come riding in on that?
Everybody supports women until a woman's doing better than you. Everybody wants you to love yourself until you actually do. It was something about her hair so perfectly fallen. She was nice and smart and funny and got everything she wanted. She's just charity. Isn't that the most obnoxious thing you've heard? Her popularity. She's too pretty for her own good. She's probably self-centered. We hate her and she's nothing. If everybody leaves her, then she had it coming.
I love the powerful ranging sounds that she comes up with.
Is there anything you'd like to put on the record? You know, while everyone is listening.
I would like it to be known that I'm not like her. I'm mocking her because I'm not like her. I'm not like those girls who are not like those girls. I love doing makeup. I don't mock women like her. I'm not like her. As soon as she hits it, I'm kicking her out. She's had enough of the love and I'm bringing her down. Everyone together on the count of 3. 1, 2. You're mundane. We agree. Your ambition is swallowable if you tell the story right. Say that you hate yourself and self-criticize. But if we smell desperation on your neck and face, we'll drag you across your own public stage.
Anything with her name attached. Her newspapers in the trash. I just keep thinking, man,
What a waste. What a shame. I was starting to like her, but now she got gray. We'd never hate her to her face, but I hope she knows. She knows, she knows, she knows. I don't like your tone. I don't like how much you've grown. It's so boring to not be yanking muscle off of a woman's bone. Everybody hates that everyone hates the unrelatable. And I love to place 2 of them in the arena of the public's eye and try and get them to fight about something dumb. And we pick sides, cause staring at her too long made our life look like muted pastels. We'll love you if you just make us feel better about ourselves. And where do I Everybody supports women till a woman's doing better than you. Everybody wants you to love yourself until you actually do. It was something about her hair.
All right. So I'll start off by saying musically that was very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's a surprise because the last one really was, but I'm about to say something very controversial.
Go for it.
Not that anybody who's familiar with this channel would be surprised, but I know exactly the kind of attitude and sentiment she's raging about, and the fact of the matter is, at least in my experience and a lot of the experiences of friends of mine, most of that has always come from other women.
Yeah, I mean, from the initial verse, everybody supports a woman until she's doing better than you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, she's gone after men, right?
It's true.
But-
It's generally accepted that that's the way that it goes with women and men, but the truth is that's not my experience at all.
And it's not how I feel either. Like, and this thematically, that opening bit is thematically like Morrissey. We hate it when our friends become successful.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter whether you're talking about women or men at that point. Although feminists, in my experience, tend to blame men for this attitude more than other women. But where she says, "We never hate her to her face, but we hope she knows." Oh, that is so feminine.
It's really a woman thing. It's true. Okay, so my personal experience, and I'm 51 years old, guys, so it's pretty extensive, right? I've had a very diverse, varied, and I would say controversial life up until, right now I'm pretty tame, but there's been a lot of bumps along the way. And the truth of the matter is that one thing about me is I've always just been kind of very fiercely independently who I am, right? Like I'm always really curious. I like making things. I like learning things. I like doing things but I'm also fiercely, efficient, right? Like I like to be straight and narrow.
If Ginger was a tool, she would be a hammer.
Well, no, the point is, though, I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like head games and stuff like that. So I've never actually traditionally got along well with a lot of other women because it's not really a feminine thing to be direct like that. I've always got along better with men. But which actually puts me in a good position to critique the idea that women have always been discriminated against in male spaces, because the truth of the matter is most of my life I've spent the majority of my time in things that would be traditionally considered male spaces. I've done a ton of auto mechanics, I've done carpentry, but every time I go into these places where it's male dominated, because I go in with a decent attitude, right, like an open mind,
Some humility.
humility, because I never know everything, that's for sure, and a friendliness, I have almost never had a bad experience, right? Like, you guys don't understand how intimidating it could be when you're 5'7" and 120 pounds and you're walking into the scrapyard. Like, that can be intimidating for a gal. But if you go in with the right attitude, I've never had problems with things like that. So it's always been a little bit baffling to me, the women that complain that all they do is get pushback from men, because I think to myself, well, could it be you?
Yeah, that's just exactly it.
Yeah.
They go in there and look down their noses at the men that are there sometimes. They go in there
With a chip on their shoulder.
determined to make the place their way
Yeah.
instead of the way it's always been.
Yeah.
And I wonder if these days, if you went and tried what you did 25 years ago, if you'd reach more pushback, because 25 years ago, men still had spaces.
Okay.
Listen, let me finish. Boy Scouts were still for boys, right? There was still like segregated spaces for men that have all but ceased to exist. And I think there's starting to be a little resentment that might not have been there when you started doing these things.
Okay, but we live in a largely misogynistic country.
Mhm.
We live in Latin America, guys. And it is very traditional minded. It is a very misogynistic society. But the guys at my hardware store love me. They
That's
all
true.
treat me with respect. They're all really super helpful. And it's not because, I don't know, I'm not a man,
No?
right? I think it's literally my attitude, right? Like, I walk in there, I want to be friendly, I want to learn, right? It's amazing how far that gets you.
Yeah, no, you're good at that,
And
for sure.
the thing is, though, almost always throughout my entire life history, anytime I've run into a very large roadblock, and especially in my professional life, it's been at the hands of another woman. I have never had problems working for male bosses, but every time I've had a female boss, it's been a problem. There's always been this weird kind of political play with them that I never wanted to play that game. And I find actually, I'm not bragging on my looks or anything, but the truth is, the less attractive my boss was compared to my perception of myself, the meaner she was to me. And that's a real thing. It happens. Like, all of my professional life, every conflict I've ever had has been with another woman. And it's never been at my prompting. I don't have problems with other women. I have problems with women who have problems with me.
As you should.
Right? It's just, it's strange because of the way things are always framed these days, that the problem's always men. But, like, the complaints she's making in this diatribe, and I feel bad that we're overshadowing the song, but the truth matters. I think this song's about the message.
It's a message song, for sure.
Right? And the message, I'm not sure where she stands on this particular piece of the spectrum. Perhaps she doesn't disagree with us as much as we might think. But the fact of the matter is, it's always framed as a man problem, but I don't think it is. Most of the time when women do the things that they do, like put the Botox in and all the makeup and like all of the irrational things they do for their looks, they usually do it to compete with other women. They don't really do it for men.
It's not for men. We don't care.
No, because men don't give a shit about your 2-inch long eyelashes and your
It's a
3-inch long fingernails.
minuscule percentage of very insecure men
Yeah.
who care about that and get the most insecure women. But to go back to what you're saying about here having no trouble going into the hardware store and stuff, you're right, that's been no problem, and this is a pretty misogynistic place in some ways. But this place is like going back 40 years. The men don't have to be insecure about you in their space because they can be men everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying about you might have more trouble in Canada now if you tried to do what you did.
I don't know, maybe, but every time I've ever wanted to rise up and learn something, I've always had a male friend that I've known step in and volunteer to help with that.
Ginger used to hang out with the 70-something car guys every Tuesday for coffee.
Yeah, one of our neighbors saw me repairing our car in our driveway, and I was having a hell of a time with it. It was a real struggle, and he was so impressed with my work that he invited me to be a part of the Thursday afternoon man time with the old car repair and engineer guys, 70-something guys that used to gather together in a big garage and just talk about cars every Thursday afternoon over coffee. And I was the only female ever invited, but it was fabulous that they did that. The amount of brain power and knowledge in that room that I could draw from was incredible. And the fact that they invited me was, I mean, a real privilege. Mm-hmm. But I genuinely believe it was because of the work ethic I showed, but also because of my humility, because I don't have a chip on my shoulder about being a woman. It's never been a struggle for me. And don't get me wrong, I've had abusive relationships, right? Like, I had a husband that almost killed me once.
Not this one.
Not this one, right? And I've had struggles as a woman many, many times over, but I've never had a chip on my shoulder about being a woman. I never felt like that was because I was a woman. I always felt like something else. And the only time I ever get pushback about these superficial things, like in her song, have been either from other women or black pill guys. Black pill guys are not redeemable.
No.
And anybody who doesn't know what a black pill guy is, just thank your lucky stars.
Just hang on to your innocence.
I get them raging at me on X all the time. But those ones, I like. There's no hope for those guys. But
Fair enough.
anyway, thank you, Gazendo, for the suggestion. It wasn't really so much as a song as it was a social commentary,
Yeah.
which is why we devolved the way we did.
Need the social commentary.
Indeed. So don't give me too much trouble, guys. I speak from
Give it to me.
very hard-won personal experience, and I don't know. I'm a supporter of humanity. I don't care if you have boobs
That's the thing, right?
or junk.
Why is that so hard for so many people?
I don't
Men
know.
hating women, women hating
I
men.
don't know. This is a team, right? We're a team. I couldn't do it without him. I like to think you couldn't do it without me.
Like you have any doubt.
You never know. But I don't know. How about you guys? Well, you can answer in the comments, and in the meantime, just play it again.